Hi, and welcome to the Claudia Macias show and podcast on admirableradio.com. I'm your host, Claudia Macias, and I'm so grateful you've chosen to spend part of your day with us. This is a space where people come together to connect, create, celebrate, and grow. Each week, we bring you inspiring conversations, powerful stories, valuable resources, and incredible guests who are making a difference in our communities and beyond. Whether you're joining us to learn something new, find inspiration, or simply feel more connected, you're in the right place. Thank you for being here. Let's get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Claudia Macias show and podcast. I'm Claudia Macias, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. And, just a reminder that this is a space where we talk about things that matter the most to us, our families, our communities, our culture, our cultura, our growth, our challenges, and the people and ideas that inspire us. And that's what this platform is all about. The Claudia Macias show and podcast. It started off with being a comadreo and the hey comadre and la super comadre. And you know what? This is what this is about, connecting and bringing, people together, people that inspire me, people that motivate me. And I want to bring them on because I want to share that energy and that joy. So, I just want to share a quick reminder, more like a disclaimer, that the views and opinions and commentary and conversations expressed here on the Claudia Macias show and podcast, including those shared by me and my guests, are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views and positions of Admirable Radio, its management, staff, sponsors, or affiliates. So I just wanted to clear that up. And tonight, this morning, whenever you're listening to this podcast or watching this show again, I just want to say we have a lot to talk about, and I'm going to share a few things. So, we always start off with what's la super comadre Claudia? What's Claudia been up to? Well, I've been up to a lot of things, a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, and one of the things I want to talk about is what Latina pride means to me. And I'll invite my guests too, just to kind of get their take on it and their feel for it. And also, I want to make sure that the importance of using our voice and our vote is happening, because we have elections coming up. And that's one of the things that I share my platform with when I share it with you is I bring on candidates, get to know them. We've had, Bobby Pulido, we've had people in the past, including Leticia Gutierrez, who's running for Congress, Desiree Klaus, who's running for House of Representatives. So, I want to talk about that, a little bit about that, because if we don't vote, then we're not part of the government in making those choices that need to be made for us. And also, I just want to also take a moment of silence for a Houston citizen by the name of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, whose life was ended by ICE. And again, we'll talk about that later, but I just want to take a moment of silence for that Houston citizen that is no longer here with us. Now, and after we talk about that, we're going to shift into celebration, connection, and community. And I'm excited to welcome 3 amazing women, incredible women, Latina women, who are creating spaces for us to come together, to network, to grow, to celebrate our cultura, and create opportunities for one another. And so whether you're watching or listening or joining us live tonight, or you're watching the repost or the reshare, thank you for being here. So I want you to grab your cafecito, you can grab your glass of wine, your water, or whatever's nearby, and let's have that conversation. So welcome to the Claudia Macias show and podcast. Let's get started. All right. So, what's been on my mind, the Latina pride, and I want to show you what I'm talking about. So, oh wait, wrong thing. That's the bag from the Museum of Fine Arts. And we'll talk about that later. But for those of you that are listening only, and those of you that are listening and watching, I am sharing a shirt that says Latina Power. Oh, Latina Power. I'm going to change that up because that's a Latina pride, but I meant Latina Power. And this is a Jen Zayano design. And what she wrote here in the inside of her shirt that I bought years ago at the Kismet Boutique, who used to be one of her sponsors, She says, spreading Latina power. I hope this makes you feel so loved. And like the poderosa that you are, when I'm dirty, turn me around and machine wash me warm. Oh, okay, never mind. But I love what she wrote. Okay, actually, it tells you how to watch this. I've been watching it wrong, but oh well. But that's okay. Just watch it however you want to. But this Latina Power T-shirt was called paraphernalia, Latina paraphernalia, by an elected official that actually represents Texas. And I won't even bother mentioning his name. But when he talked about what is Latina power, what does that mean, and why Latina power, I started thinking about what Latina power means to me, and it just means that we're not taken away from anyone else, that we are in addition to, and that we welcome. We're welcoming. That's what Latina power is. That we open up doors for each other and for people that don't even look like us. That we are in addition to this fabric that we call the United States of America, this project called the United States of America that's been around not that long. But it reminded me, and thank you to this representative, even though he said it in a negative way, like why is this Latina paraphernalia at the Smithsonian? What does it mean? It's not including everyone. Well, you know what it means, that we haven't been included in the fabric, in the stories. And what this is as Latina power, it's reminding us that we have always been there, we belong there, and we will always be there. And we are not taking away. We're not allowing people from being part of the bigger picture, the bigger pie, whatever you want to call it. We are welcoming each other and others to do the work that needs to be done, to move people forward, to reach their goals, to follow their dreams and reach them. That's what Latina power is. So that's my 2 cents, my 5 cents, my dollar, whatever. And how does that Latina power, what does that mean to me as a mom, as an educator, community member, Houstonian? That's a question I'm always constantly going to ask myself. That what am I using my Latina power as a mom, as an educator, as a show host here, as a community member, as a Houstonian, and that's just part of the human race. So with that in mind, part of my Latina power is to use my ability to vote, which then takes you into why voting is important. And I'm going to share my picks. And I have Liliana here, my amazing super comadre Liliana, who is going to show the picks that I have, that I want to share with you, that I have in for my picks. Now, let's go forward to my picks. And I just want to share, some of these folks actually have been on the show in the past, a long time ago. You might not remember them. So this is not one. So let's go. There we go. So if you haven't heard of this guy, James Tallarico, he is voting for a position that is against a man whose last name is Paxton. We're not going to add anything else to that. We just need to make sure that this person wins, because this person is coming in to make sure that he is keeping el pueblo, la gente in mind. The other guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but Tallarico is the one that when you go vote for him. But I want you to do your homework. Look into what he's representing, what he's standing for. Don't listen to all the blah, blah, blah static by just one side. Get the facts. All right, let's scroll it. Another one of my picks is Bobby Pulido. And actually, we've had him on the show. He talked about his campaign and what he stands for. And I can't vote for him because I'm not in this area, but I'm endorsing. So, hey, look into him. If you're living in the RGV, the 956 down in the valley, get a chance to get to know this person, because he's about making sure that all voices are counted, especially those that in rural areas that don't have a lot of connection representation. He wants to make sure that people are being connected to resources, to opportunities. So Bobby Pulido for Congress, scroll it over. Another one that I recommend are 2 amazing women who actually have been on the show in the past. We've had Desiree Klaus, who's running for state rep. She is a Baytown baddie. So go out there to Baytown and go over and meet her. She has an event coming up. Actually, I think it's today, but that's okay. She is always available for you to contact her, connect with her, get to know her. And we have Leticia Gutierrez, who is running for Congress. So if you are in Sylvia Garcia's area, and if you probably heard that name, Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia, that area that she represents is no longer going to be intact. It's been taken apart. But Leticia Gutierrez is the person that's going to be representing some of those areas. So please get to know Leticia Gutierrez, follow her, like her, share her, and support her. All right, scroll it. The next one that I recommend, again, she's Desiree Claus. It's 100 days from election day. I think it's less than 100 days. So just make sure you get to know her. If you're out in Baytown, get to know her, meet her. And another one we have is these are some women, amazing judges that we've had on the show a long time ago. This is way back when they were running for the first time. So we have Justice Amy Guerra and Justice Veronica Rivas Malloy. Get to know them, because these are those people that you're probably going to see first before you see the president or these justices, these judges. These are local elections that we need to keep an eye on, as well as the national too. But we got lots of people that we're voting for. Please check your voting record. Make sure that your name hasn't been taken off the list, because there's a lot of shenanigans going on where they're running names and they're taking off names for any little reason. And you just got to make sure that you are able to vote on these upcoming elections. So that's how I'm going to use my Latina power, sharing these candidates, sharing this information, because we need to make sure that we're using our Latina power, all of our powers, to do good for the community at large. So with that in mind, moving into why voting matters, why it's important that we know who we're putting into office, because sometimes they'll put out a message and then in the back rooms are doing something else. So I just want to bring it down for a moment of silence, because voting matters. We recently lost a human, a father, a grandfather, at the hands of ICE. He was on his way to work. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo had been here in the States in this community for many years. He had been working on all of the documents to be able to be here with all his papers and legally. And unfortunately, we lost him at the hands of ICE. And if you don't know, ICE has been given pretty much the green light to pull people over that look a certain way. That is called racial profiling. And no one should be pulled over because they look or sound a certain way. That's not how this works. And it doesn't matter whether you're documented or undocumented. When we're here, we all have due process. So that's why it's important that we use our power, our Latina power, whatever power you have, to go into the voting booth and make sure that the best choices are made for the elected officials that are going to be making those decisions. So go ahead and put that picture up for those of you that are watching. For those of you that are listening, we're just going to take 30 seconds of silence for Lorenzo Salgado Araujo. Thank you. Let's remember him. Let's honor him. And regardless of where we stand politically, just remember that he's a human being. And he and many families are being affected by these decisions that are affected by our vote. So let us always remember him and all the others that have either been detained or are being pulled over or whose lives have been lost. So again, thank you. And this means a lot to me, to be able to use this platform to share and to connect and to allow. So I'm going to just collect myself, but thank you. This is also a place of creating spaces where we can continue to connect, because Even though this is happening, we also have to hold on to our joy, create those spaces for joy, create those spaces to celebrate, learn from one another, and then support each other. So this is what we're going to go into this evening, is then using this time and space to now connect with three amazing women. And I'm going to bring in the first one. And she is a dear friend, a dear comadre, a dear, like a ride or die. Like if I need to call someone, she's going to show up, no questions asked. But as part of our culture and community and connection evening, I want to bring on Ilsa Garcia. She is the president of NHPO. Welcome, Ilsa.
Hi, everyone.
Hola.
And hi, everyone. And thank you, Claudia, for having me on your show. I love everything that you do. And I definitely love this podcast that brings so much attention and awareness to everything going around us. So thank you
Mhm.
so much.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And girl, I know you are super busy. You're going here, going there, making things happen behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, next to the scene, under the scene. So thank you. So
Thank
thank you
you.
for being out there and doing, and this is aside from you working the day job.
I
So
know.
I have an opening question because,
Okay.
I want you to kind of break it down for people that are maybe new to you, new to
Sure.
NHPO. What inspired you to become involved with this organization, take on a leadership role, and take it into NHPO 2.0? Because it's been around for a while.
Absolutely. So the NHPO is the National Hispanic Professional Organization. It's been around now for 25 years, created by Ben Mendez, founded by Ben Mendez and Greg Compion, who still occasionally come to our events, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And I joined 10 years ago, a little bit over 10 years ago. I was approached by Ben Mendez to come and do the leadership program that NHPO had many years ago. And I graduated as class number 11 from the Leadership Institute. And it was an awakening for me. Part of that leadership classes was us going to the community and helping our community. We found projects, things that we would do in a philanthropy of sorts out in the community, and I fell in love with that. I've always wanted to find a place where I know that I could help other people, and there came ideas, and I slowly started. When I started, I was just in on the I was offered to come on the board, and I did membership. While I was there, our membership increased. After that, I took on other roles and marketing. I took many other roles where, and then finally it landed me as chair elect, and a year later, I became chair of NHPO. And that's where all of you came along, the new board, which is yourself, Claudia, Marianne, Angel Ray Flores, Virgie Calzada, who has been there with me from the beginning, Chris Sanchez, Alex Carmelo. And then we became this board, right? Other people were there as well. And we call it, yes, a 2.0. We made a lot of changes, but for the greatness of an HPO, we brought in new people, we saw new faces, but we also had the ability to go out and help other communities, partner up with other nonprofit organizations. So it is an NHPO 2.0, and I am very proud and so proud of all the board, and I am proud of everything that we have done and what we have coming up that has been very special.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that because we have new people that are probably listening and they don't know and they just hear NHPO,
Absolutely.
NHPO. What's that? And I thank you for giving that share of exactly what it is and how it's connected to the community and how it
Sure.
supports. And networking is a big piece of the National Hispanic Professional Organization. Why is it important for a space to be had where people can network, where understand each other's experiences and backgrounds? Why the need for networking?
It has always been a need. So, how NHPO started was a way of connecting. Years later, we still use the tag, let's connect. And
Mhm.
it's very important that we connect as people in leadership positions, people that go to networking events. We have come across so many great stories that say, I needed this. And when I went to the NHPO event, I was introduced to this person who now helped me with so and so project, a new career, a new job, or just helping them with their small business. NHPO caters to the small business community as well as professional. This is a professional networking. We are a professional network organization where we help you come and network with other people, and you find what you're looking for, whether it be remodeling your home, whether
Mm,
it be something as simple as just getting to meet a new somebody in the health field, somebody in the law field. So we
mhm.
have a vast variety of professionals that attend our events.
Beautiful. And and I've been a part of this, and as if you're listening, what we're seeing right now are so many galleries of all of the events that you've
Yes.
had, everything from toy drives to welcoming the rodeo to Houston events to Hispanos Unidos. What have been like the what's the best thing that you have done or you led when you came into NHPO? Like, what were some of the things that you're most proud of?
I am very proud of many things, but one thing that I'm very proud, and I'll start with number one, and I'll be quick. But the one number one is our membership drives that we have. Originally, they were in the aquarium downtown, and we have done when we took over. I took over. I decided to move those locations all over Houston just to give the opportunity to other venues to get to know who we are. I am very proud of that because we've always had the mayor attend. We've always had a great amount of people attend, up to 200 to 300 people at one point. And what I loved about it is that everybody came out with a great story. Everybody connected. You saw a lot of connections that day. You saw people in leadership in city council, a lot of judges attend. And what I love about that, Claudia, is that they're there and somebody who's been wanting to talk to them comes to our event and is able to approach them and talk to them and network with them and actually get what they want, what they've been wanting to talk about with them. So I'm very proud of those connections that have been made. And second, NHPO doesn't do networking. We do a thank you networking in December, but the board of NHPO actually goes out and volunteers in many organizations. And one of them is Raíces Unidas. And I'm very proud of that. Marianne is part of the board. And she does these experiences with elderly, experiences with children, the snow experience, toy drives. And we also belong to Navidad en el Barrio, where NHPO, I started myself, I adopted 40 kids. And then you guys came along with me, and now the entire board of NHPO has adopted 40 kids. And we every year for it's been now what 3 to 4 years now. These kids come together during Christmas and we give them food, cookies, toys. And one of the many blessings that I love to see is that these kids leave with this big old bag full of food, full of toys. And we know that this is their Christmas, right? And so you help make their Christmas beautiful and something for them to remember. So I'm very proud of the board and everything we do in our community.
Oh my God, that's beautiful because what I am hearing and I've experienced, but for those that are new to this, is that it's a networking organization that gives back. So it's like
Absolutely.
almost reciprocal. It's like, and I've experienced too, and I've seen others where we're supporting an organization, we're partnering, and then out of that, a networking connection happens.
Yeah.
You never know
Yes.
that
Yes.
connection turns into another position or a letter of recommendation, or hey, I know someone that knows someone that might need something. It's just beautiful
Absolutely.
because you're coming in for one thing, but like you said, you outlined so many events that are not just about going and meeting and what's my next position, but also it's meaningful. You're giving back to the
Absolutely.
community and the community gives back to you. So I love
Yes.
that. What's next in the future? I know that we have some things we're going to share because we have another person that I'm going to bring on, and there's a
Sure.
reason why y'all are both going to talk because we are collaborating with. I'm going to say we because I'm part of this,
Yes.
but you've got something going on that's happening pretty soon, and we want to make sure, like tomorrow, but we got to make
Yes.
sure that you talk because I'm going to bring her on, and then we're going to bring y'all together so y'all can both talk about what's going on August the 12th. And then I also heard from a little birdie somewhere that there's something going on for the 16 de septiembre. So I want you to highlight
Absolutely.
that as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take you down for a little bit, bring you off screen, and I'm going to bring on my next guest. Let's bring on Yesenia Andablo. So another amazing woman who is going to share an event that is connected with the other woman that we just had, and we're going to bring them on together in a little bit. But first, before we do that, I just want to get people to know who you are, what you're up to, and welcome to the Claudia Macias show and podcast. Yesenia, did I say it right, your last name?
That's right.
Andablo. Awesome. Okay, good.
My
So-
husband would say Fernandez, but I haven't changed the name.
Oh, okay. We won't let them know that, okay? So welcome. I'm super excited to have you here. Yesenia, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the live show and the stream.
Thank you.
So Yesenia, mariachi is much more than music. Tell us what Mariachi Fest means to you and why creating the celebration. Why is it important for our community and our community at large?
Well, thank you first of all for having us here, for giving us space to Mariachi Festival to come and talk about this wonderful event. So, firstly, Mariachi Festival is a nonprofit founded in 2019 by the very own Ben Mendez family, which Isa was just talking about, and it's funny how paths cross. And actually, I was an NHPL member back in 2011 for a few years. So we were pre 2.0.
Uh-huh.
We were pre 2.0. Yeah, wonderful organization. That's how I started my networking.
Nice.
Mariachi. The mission of Mariachi Festival organization, or the nonprofit, is to promote arts and culture through in this case mariachi, ballet folklorico, and many of the events that we have throughout the year, as the Catrina culture, a golf tournament, a couple of other events that we have, and of course our highlight event, which is the Mariachi Festival at the end of August. How does this really connect all of us? I feel like music is the universal language, right? And mariachi music I just know it speaks to those who really want to connect with that culture. We're not in Mexico, but we're here, and I think that connects us to our ancestors, I guess, family.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming from Mariachi Festival. It's a great event. Yeah.
Beautiful. And that's coming up. Tell us about the dates so people can start putting that in their agenda. What dates should they apartar so that they know when to go?
Yes, guys, reserve the date. So we have the Mariachi Festival is obviously, like I said, a nonprofit, but the highlight event is a Mariachi Festival, and it's a 3-day event. It's August 28th, 29th, and 30th. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. August 28th and 29th, it's at 7 p.m. And August 30th, it's at 3 p.m. and it's at the Wortham Center. Each day has the special attire. So
I love it.
That's important because
What are we wearing? What are we wearing day one?
we really do expect people to come dressed up and really live the costumes, live the culture, and of course listen to the beautiful music and look at the beautiful dancing from the ballet folklóricos, the different mariachis and ballet folklóricos that we have every day. So Friday and Sunday we have traditional attire. So women wear your beautiful traditional dresses, the vestidos típicos, and gentlemen, your guayaberas. All right.
Okay.
Looking all handsome in your guayaberas.
Okay.
And then on Saturday is gala night. So we do expect to see you in long gowns, gentlemen in your tuxedos. Okay. It's definitely gala night. So those are the 3 days, the times, and what we expect when it comes to attire. Yeah. It's a whole family event as well. So
Yes, I was going to ask that too. Bring kids are okay to bring?
absolutely. You see entire families coming. The kids enjoy obviously the show. And they also see kids their age, because we have the winners of the competition, the national and even international. Last year we had someone from Mexico win one of the categories. We have the winner of the elementary winner,
Okay.
40 middle school, high school, and college, and they come and share with us, obviously, their talent, and they see kids their age, so the youth also gets inspired.
Oh my God, that's beautiful because what a wonderful way, like you said, to connect with our ancestors. I'm even thinking about with your grandparents, with your parents, with the young chiquitos, like you said, that maybe they really don't speak a lot of Spanish or not a lot of Spanish music playing in the home, but then for a parent or a grandparent to say, you know what, let me take you. I want to introduce you to something that might be new. And I think that's beautiful for if especially, when you're Latino, Mexican American, or however you identify, right? Now I'm going to ask you this because I think this is so wonderful to have at a location like the Wortham. I attended since it's been at the Wortham, and then before it was at the Wortham. I was born and raised here in Houston. I've been here for 52 years. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I had never experienced anything like that in my 52 years of being here in Houston, Texas, until the tender age of 49, I guess, 48, whenever it started at the Wortham and what have you. So I think this is so wonderful for kids like my kids who are girls, who for them, oh, it was probably always there. This is, oh, we've always been there. And I want to share this too because I have this behind me. I have this Frida bag from the Museum of Fine Arts.
I went to see
and
that.
you went to see that too, and to think that my daughters are, oh, we've always been exhibited at the Museum of Fine Arts. Oh, wait, no, we have not always been at the Wortham, and we've not always been at the Museum of Fine Arts. And I think this is so wonderful that all these connections were made. It takes generations to get into positions where we get a chance to connect, like what we do with NHPO. Let's connect, right? To share and to show what we have, and to be able to get into those positions, to be at the table, I guess, por decir. You're in the table, you're in the rooms where it happens, right? And to be able to have the opportunity to have this mariachi festival at a place where it's never been before. How do you feel about that, about taking this and creating this legacy impact for years at a place like the Wortham?
Well, you said it yourself. It wasn't here always. We started our first one in 2019. This is our seventh annual. It's not eighth because one year was canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right. So our seventh annual, first one 2019, one night, 250 people. And now we have 3 nights and we have thousands of people enjoying this beautiful, beautiful show of music, folklore, arts, music, dancing. And even though we feel proud that we're there, Claudia, I think we definitely deserve to be there. I think we definitely deserve to see the beautiful mariachi, the beautiful ballet folklorico, the beautiful culture that we have at the Wortham Center. Yeah. So we are definitely proud, and we don't take it for granted, but I think we most definitely deserve to be there.
Absolutely. And now, for someone that's not Latino or Mexican American, how do you bring them in? What message would you like to share to them? Like, maybe I don't know anything about mariachi music. This is not my thing, but I want to learn more.
Absolutely. Well, you don't have to know the songs, mariachi music, or, how, granted, Latin America, we have different kind of music and ballet folklóricos from all over the world, right? Mm-hmm. And in Latin America. So there's no need to come in and feel the strength, the passion that mariachi music gives you, that the instruments make you feel. I'm sorry, I get really excited when it comes.
I love it.
Yeah, okay, I'm drinking my little tequila every night, girl.
What's right now or I thought right now.
No, at the mariachi festival.
I was like, what's in your cup?
So yeah, you just have to come in with open heart and open mind, and see what, how you feel the music, how you feel the show, how you feel every dance, and the people around you, and how the crowd sings El Rey, and llorar, yes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So you sometimes don't have to understand things to feel them. Mm-hmm. And I invite you to come feel it, even if you're not of Mexican, background.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. In all, everyone's invited. Well, I just invited someone to Latina Day, which my next guest is going to talk about. And I sent her the little flyer and everything, and she immediately texted me back and she said, "Well, I'm not Latina, but can I still go?" Absolutely, you can still go. It's for everyone. We
Absolutely.
are setting the stage to celebrate Latinas, but you are part of that celebration. So that's why I'm like, come, whoever you are, whatever language you speak, where if you got here, you're born here, you're of Latino descent, Mexican descent, whatever descent, everyone is welcome. I mean, just the way we go and see, oh, what's that ballet every December they have? The Nutcracker.
Cracker. Beautiful.
It's like
It's
our
natural
Nutcracker.
because it's not even in our language, right?
Exactly. We show up and we watch and same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
this is our Nutcracker. You come on over and listen, enjoy, and feel, because music has no language bounds and everyone is welcome. So, how can people, like, maybe they want to be a part of this, maybe they want to sponsor this, maybe they want to be on the stage performing? How can people connect and get involved? Maybe not this year, but maybe for next year, or if you still need sponsors, take it away.
We can always get sponsors, right? Yeah, definitely. There's always space for that. Mariachifestival.com. Mariachifestival.com. That's where you will definitely find most information. If you want to know a little bit of how it's been years prior, mariachifestival.com, or our Facebook page, Mariachi Festival, as well. You have a lot of information there. When it comes to participating, this year, well, it's a little too late, but definitely get in contact with the organizers. They do select the mariachis ahead of time, and the winners, the other people that are not professional mariachis, the ones who perform, are winners of the competition. But Mariachi Festival is always doing new things. So if you want to be in the know, definitely contact one of the organizers from mariachifestival.com.
All right. Well, you heard it here from Yesenia. Get connected and don't go anywhere, Yesenia, because now I want to bring in Irsa Garcia, because we're going to talk about what's going on here tomorrow with the collaboration between NHPO and Mariachi Festival. So let's bring back Irsa, let's bring back Yesenia, and let's share what's going on, what's happening tomorrow. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, this is happening tomorrow, Wednesday, August the
Yes.
12th. So
Hey, Yesenia.
y'all meet, because we're
Yeah.
networking here too.
Absolutely. So we are honored to be back with the Mariachi Festival. This will be our fourth year. We have been with the Mariachi Festival since the inception in 2019. And I do remember it was at a university, and we actually were sitting, we sponsor part of the sponsorship program. And from there, as years went on, we had Ben approach me to have a networking event, that way we can have final push to for the mariachi festival. And now again, this is our fourth year with the mariachi festival, where we do a networking event weeks or 2 weeks prior to the event, and it is the final push to get the word out of the mariachi festival. Also, it is an opportunity for you, if you purchased your tickets, to come that day and get your tickets at our networking event. This year we are holding our networking event on August the 12th, which is tomorrow, at Julep, located on Washington Avenue. So please join us tomorrow at 6:30 as NHPO, in partnership with the Mariachi Festival, celebrates nuestra cultura, celebrando nuestra cultura, celebrating our culture with the Mariachi Festival. It's going to be a great event of networking, a great event of getting to meet new people, and I will be there. Be there. There you still have the opportunity to get tickets. We have added more tickets. We sold out already of the first batch, but we have added some tickets, and it is not late for you to get your tickets. And I hope to see all of you tomorrow. And Yesenia, thank you so much for being part of the Mariachi Festival and partnering up with NHPO.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And that's right. You can purchase tickets still. Tickets start at $29. So this is, like I said, bring the whole family. It's got a great price, and come experience a wonderful event of culture, music, and so much more.
Absolutely. I love this. I love this. And this is what Latina power looks like, using our power for good. to make sure that cultural events are happening, that everyone's invited, that we're in addition to, and we want to add you to the umbrella, right? And
Yes.
share this. So thank you so much, but don't go, don't leave. I want you to stay in the back room because I'm going to bring out another amazing woman who has an amazing event to share. So I want to bring on someone that I call my comies in English or my comies in Spanish, which means it's short for comadre. And this is a woman who is the founder of Unidas and also Latina Day Houston 2026. So I want to bring on Marianne Garcia. Come on down. Am I still frozen?
Hi, Claudia. My gomies. Thank you so much for having me on your show for like the 1 millionth time. I love it. I love it. I love being on your show and just, interacting with everybody.
Yes, I missed you, but here you are.
Yes,
So
I miss you too.
I know it's been a while. It's only been like a week, but
No, it's been a week. But it's
been a
okay.
week.
A week too long.
A week too long. I was just about to say that. So thank you for taking the time because again, my platform is all about creating the space for you to share what you have for the community. And so you started, Raíces Unida, and I love how you have your logo right behind you. And now, like a couple of weeks ago, you're like, hey, let's do Latina Day. I'm like, all right, when are we doing this? Let's go. And here we are. So what did you see? What inspired you that you said, hey, we need to create this Latina Day Houston 2026? Where did that come from? What was the thing that motivated you? Like, let's do this.
Yeah, well, okay, so first, thank you. Thank you so much for always just, agreeing to my crazy ideas. But no, actually, what triggered this, National Latina Day presented by Raíces Unidas was, so 4th of July, I released a book called The Grassroots Blueprint. And so this book was written about how I created a community for Raíces Unidas, how I was able to grow, how I was able to, with my blood, sweat, and tears, create this nonprofit by the community, for the community, and I would get phone calls and emails, can you help me? Or what did you do? And to be quite honest with you, it's much more than just one phone call. It's much more than just an email. Like, it's a series of like, just a lot of moving pieces. And so and that's why I called the book The Grassroots Blueprint. And so, but I'm a one-man show with a tribe of volunteers that believe in what we do. And I've built this literally, with donations and sponsorships and, my own pocket, and without a corporate, I built it without a corporate dollar. But let me say this, it doesn't mean that we won't take, because,
absolutely.
Right. To scale up and to reach the masses, like, you have to be able to count our dollars, right? Because we are a 501c3. But that is how I built Raíces Unidas.
Yes.
And,
and can we take a pause real quick because I want Liliana, go ahead and scroll over to the cover of the book. For those of you that are watching, we have a picture of the cover of the book, and it's actually her walking. So I don't know if you see that, Liliana.
Yeah, it's like
you're strolling, you're walking to what needs to be done. There it is. And tell us that. Yeah, so here it is.
Yeah, so it's on Amazon, but the beauty of it is that, again, if you know me, you know that I can't charge anybody. Like, time is currency, you know what I mean? And I didn't have the time to sit behind a computer and grant write and spend hours and hours trying to apply for funding. So I was out there doing the work, And so my thing is that, okay, guys, I don't have time to be on the phone answering questions, but I want to help you. Like, I want you to do amazing things and create your own nonprofit. So what I did was I wrote this book. And so in this book, it gives you, just all of this. It's wealth of knowledge. It's a lot of information to build your own nonprofit, to build, your community, your tribe, but the 24.99, all of it goes directly back into Raíces Unidas, to fund those initiatives, to create more initiatives in the future. And so when I launched this book, I didn't really tell many people. I'd been working on it for a little bit, but those that kind of knew about it were like, "Well, when are you going to make a celebration? Let's celebrate. Let's do something. Let's do a book launch." And I'm like, "Okay, just bear with me, guys. Bear with me." And then I sat back and thought, I don't want to just celebrate myself. I want to celebrate all of the Latinas around me that are doing amazing things. And that's how National Latina Day came up. I'm like, you know what? I want to celebrate, my accomplishment, but not only mine, just all the beautiful women in Houston and around me, and not just Latinas, all of the women. It happens to be on National Latina Day, right? But
Yes.
it's just one big celebration. All of us just inspiring, empowering, and just having a ball.
I love it. I love it because I like I said earlier, I don't know if you heard that I sent this invite to a woman who we work with, and she's at the Heritage Society, Allison Bell,
Oh,
and
yay.
yes, and she's like, "But I'm not Latina. Can I still go?" I'm like, "Absolutely.
Yes.
You are like." I'm like, "What do we say? Latina ally? Like whatever. Like you are all welcome."
We support one another. Like
exactly.
we support one. It doesn't matter if you're not Latina. This started off and it actually kind of snowballed into something that I just never imagined, to be honest with you. Yeah, I thought it was going to be just something, just a cute, little celebration. I was very intentional in curating an event where we celebrate Latinas. For instance, the location, it's Latina owned. Our vendors, and I say the majority of them are Latina women, but I had a few vendors, I'm not Latina, but I'm a Latina supporter. I'm like, girl,
I love it. Then let's do it.
We want to support you too. Let's support each other. That is what this day is about uplifting and supporting one another,
Yes. So that all right there encompasses what this Latina paraphernalia says.
Yes, Latina power.
Latina power. It's like, how do you use your power? You're using your power for good. You're like, yes, it's Latina Day, but you're Latina ally, and
you're my
come
Latina
on
sister,
in.
Girl. Let's
you're my
do
Latina
it.
sister from another mister or mother, whatever that says. I'm
Yes,
not really good at things.
It's gonna be, and again, like I said, it's kind of snowballed into something that I think is gonna be beautiful, for our first annual National Latina Day, and God willing, this will be the first of many more to come.
Yes, that's why I dubbed it 2026, because there'll be a 2027, 2028, 2029. So a question I have is because sometimes we have a little bit of imposter syndrome, and what would you say to a Latina or even a young Latina who might have grown up hearing all kinds of negative things on the news, social media, regardless of, with the surrounding political climate, the absence now of DEI or blah, 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 right? What would you say to someone who may feel like she doesn't belong in certain spaces and doesn't think she has something to contribute? What would you say to that person?
I would say that we all have something to contribute. We all contribute our little grain of sand, whatever it is, because that is uniquely what makes you, and so it doesn't matter if you're in a space and you're the only person that looks like you. Own it. Walk into that space and own it. And then you know what you do after that? You open the door for someone else that looks like you to be in that same space. And that is how we build community. And that's how we empower and inspire one another.
Yes. And now for that person that is like, I want to come to your event. I don't know. I don't feel like I have something to give, or even just to go and show up, what are they going to see when they do come? Because I'm expecting for them to be like, okay, I got this. I'm going to be there August the 20th at By the Wayside. When they come, what is their evening going to entail of?
There's just so much gonna be going on, Claudia. Like I said, this kind of has snowballed into just one big celebration.
Uh-huh.
But the reason we are a nonprofit, and so, Christmas is coming up. Everyone kind of knows us for our holiday experience where we create a
Yeah.
winter wonderland for our kids. And honestly, this would be a great fundraising opportunity, but I didn't want that. I wanted
Mhm.
everyone to come. I didn't want anyone to have to buy a ticket. I want just to open the doors to everyone to celebrate one another.
Okay.
There's going to be red carpet. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be performers inside of the venue and outside of the venue. There's going to be, a couple of podcasts recording live simultaneously. We're going to be highlighting some amazing Latinas that are doing amazing things in our city. And the vendors as well. Like the vendors, there is a small vendor donation because again, like, none of this, there's light bites, giveaways. And so all of that has to come out of Raíces Unidas pocket, right? And there's a lot of initiatives that we have going on. So that was the one thing that we did have to do, but it's very minimal. Keeping in mind that they're small businesses and we want to promote one another. But because of that, there will also be for our small business vendors, they will have a spot on one of the 3 podcasts where they will be able to promote their business, talk about their business, why it was important to them to build this business. They will also be giving a platform to speak to all of the attendees about their business and just answer questions. On top of that, at the end of the night, they will be included in our celebration toast. So, our highlighted Latinas and our vendors will be included in this toast where we all get to celebrate together. We also have, a Latina artist. I haven't announced her yet because
Ooh.
I'm waiting for her logo so we can officially announce it. But she's going to be on site creating a piece.
Live.
Yeah, live. It's
That
so
is
cool.
amazing.
And a lot of people know her work. She's got several, murals. Gomis, you and I during COVID did something amazing with her.
Oh yes.
Hint,
I
hint.
think I know.
Yes,
I won't
right
I won't
before,
spoil it.
right before we went to Harvard. Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
That will be her. She is going to be joining us, and she's going to make a creation on
Love
live
it.
on site. So it's just a lot of amazing things going to be happening. It's going to be
Yes.
so much fun, and again, we're going to be providing light bites. We're going to be for the first 50 women that come. We're going to be giving some totes away, courtesy of
Ooh.
Latina Leadership Podcast, our other
Nice.
amazing sister. That's one of our podcast partners that's going to be recording live. And inside of there's going to be a few giveaways inside of that tote, but that's to inspire you to want to shop with our vendors. So I encourage you to get there early. It's from 6:30 to 9:30, and every hour we're going to be dedicating the first 15 to 20 minutes to highlight some of these Latinas that we will start announcing tomorrow. And we haven't picked all of them yet. So if you haven't received an email from our Raíces Unidas team, don't think that, we just received so many just women that, what does it mean to be Latina? That was the question. That was one of the questions that we asked.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be Latina to you? And
Yeah.
what would be why is it important for you to be highlighted? And Gomis, when I tell you that some of the people that reached out, and I was in tears reading some of them. I'm like, man, I want all of you guys because
I know.
even if you are not one of the Latinas selected, I encourage you to join us because again, it's one big celebration,
I love it.
So yeah, I'm excited.
I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for putting out your ideas so that they can snowball into amazing things. And don't forget, everyone, put this on your calendar, National Latina Day, August the 20th at By the Wayside Bar, which is going to have music, champagne celebration, the launching of your book, and you're celebrating with a big party that's going to be celebrating all Latinas and all Latina allies and Latina sisters and primas.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
thank
And,
you.
and I do want to really quickly, Comis,
Yes.
is just give a big thank you, shout out to Sam Navarre. She's
Uh-huh.
the owner, her and her husband. And when I presented this idea to them,
Yes.
they no hesitation. They were like,
Oh,
yes, this is why we created this space. And if you
yeah.
haven't been to By the Wayside, oh my gosh, you guys are missing out. But this is a beautiful indoor outdoor space. The outdoor space has murals. It's just so artistic.
Yes.
Just the space is beautiful. So I really encourage you to come. You're gonna love it. So Sam, if you're watching, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because this space truly is going to just create this event and make it come alive.
Love it. And I cannot wait to be there to support and to do whatever it is that we need to do to get this going. So
Thank you so much for
I'm
always
down.
supporting. I love you. Thank you.
I'm down. So now I want you to stay there because we're going to come to our closing, but I want to bring on our other guests, Ilse Garcia and Yesenia Andoblo. Make sure I said it right. Antablo. Okay. So we're coming to the point of closing, and I just want to highlight, why we need each other, and just again, why we need each other, because we all have these little ideas, big ideas that can snowball, and it starts off sometimes as a little seed, and this is what it takes. It's connecting. It's responding. It's putting your heart out there, putting your crazy ideas out there, and saying, "Hey, I want to do this," and then getting your people around. And those that are going to jump on, go. And those that don't, it's okay. It's not their time, or those that may be the naysayers or the ones that are like, that's okay. You can sit over there and be who you want to be. And you can watch from afar. And maybe you'll be inspired to do something on your part of town. I won't mention any names. But, do you, boo. And I love how you guys are doing things despite the noise, despite the why, or it's already been done, or I love how you're holding on to your power and you're using your power for good. So, in closing, I have a few little questions to ask you. So, I talked about earlier what Latina power means to me. So, I want you to fill in the blank. What does Latina power mean to you?
Can I start?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll start. I love that question. Latina power to me means loving myself, loving who I am, loving where I came from, as a child, as a teenager, as an adult. Everything that happened to me, whether it was good, bad,
Mm.
it brought me to this point in life. It brought me today. It brought me here with you, Marianne, Yesenia. It to it brought me here. That's
Mm.
what I want to say. It brought me here, and I have the power to help others. As a Latina, it doesn't matter. I've always said this to you ladies. It doesn't matter. We say Latina power, but I want to say that not only do we have Latina power, but we are powerful women. We
Mm.
are powerful women, and we have the ability to help others. Um, I am very lucky to be surrounded by you women who love to help the community. And I think God brought us together. And because of y'all, I have been able to move forward away from maybe not wanting to do it. You're tired. I've been doing this for years. But I just want to say that all of you inspire me every day to continue going. And that's what makes us powerful Latinas and powerful women.
Awesome.
Amazing.
I'm going to pass it over to
I can go.
Marianne. What does Latina power mean to you?
So, Latina power to me means inclusion. It means creating space that promotes unity, you know, Raíces Unidas. Um, Latina power, it's just, it's being proud of my culture, sharing the beauty of our culture with those around us. That's the whole reason, I named my nonprofit Raíces Unidas, because I feel like we are all united one way or another. We're all brothers and sisters. Doesn't matter the color of our skin, doesn't matter our background, doesn't matter our roots, because our roots unite us. And that's what Latina power means to me.
Love it. Love it. Okay, Yesenia, I want you to close it out with what does Latina power mean to you?
Claudia, how do you follow these two wonderful testimonies of what Latina power means? To me, Latina power means more than being a Latina, which obviously it's an identity that you can see in your traditions and in music and in customs, right? Oh God, in so many ways. I have this shirt super old and I still wear
Uh-huh.
it. I love what it says. It says, use your power to empower.
Mm, I love it.
And I think as Latinas, we have the power of living different things here in America, in Texas, having different ways of helping. A lot of us, two languages. So being a Latina to me means empowering in what I know and
Mm,
how I can help people, being coming from two different worlds and at the same time coming together as
yes.
someone who can help the community. So that's what it
Oh,
means to me.
beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing what it means to you. Because like I said in the beginning, it's not about taking away or not including. Latina power is about including. It's about being part of the fabric that makes up the US when we were not included in the fabric. It's about, celebrating our culture, and it takes on a different meaning for all of us. And as we continue moving forward with all of our events, I just want to say thank you and also take care of yourselves because we need to be okay so that we can do all the things that we want to do for everyone around us. So yes, give yourself that hug, drink your cafe, your tequila, whatever you need to keep going. And thank you for taking the time to connect here with me, to connect here with our listening audience. Wait, did you get the bottle out? Let me see. Pour it up, girl. To connect here with myself, to connect here with those that are listening and watching. And so thank you. So thank you. So tonight we talked about Latina power and how we're using it to empower. I shared about voting and the importance of voting. And we also talked about, and we gave a moment of silence for Lorenzo. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, it's about being human and taking care of each other. And just thank you for being part of this space that I created, and thank you for making spaces for others to step into and grow and celebrate and remember. So thank you so much for being part of the Claudia Macias podcast and show. And want to just close it out with a few things. A little bit of community events. If you need to calm yourself down and slow yourself down, we got, there you go. Just breathe. Tai Chi with Angel Quesada, presented by SDC.
Her podcast she's starting to get paid already for the podcast.
Ahora, ahora.
She has listeners.
Yes, yes. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna cut off my godson real quick.
Tell them like, hey, we're Salon. And then the National Latina Day. Okay, so back to Tai Chi. Get your Tai Chi ticket. It's like a donation base. If you got $15 to $20, come on over to SDC Builds, presented by them. There's a nice space. We do it outdoors. We do it indoors if it's raining. And connect with yourself. It's about self-care and community. Then we had Latina National Day Latina on August the 20th. You saw that. We heard about that. Put that on your calendar because we got to make sure that we show up for ourselves and show up for each other. Then we also have an event coming up. There are 3 cafecitos with the Letis. That's what I'm going to call it. Leticia Gutierrez running for U.S. Congress. Leticia Plummer running for Harris County Judge. So, those are my picks. You don't have to go, but I'm just sharing the information because maybe you're on the other side of the aisle. It's okay to come on over and listen and just let's keep our hearts and minds open. So there's 3 events coming up for you to get a chance to meet them. Then there's this Baytown baddie whose name is Desiree Klaus. She's running for state rep. Again, it's just an invitation. It's always good to listen to both sides. And then Leticia Gutierrez will also be there as well. And then if you have some little escuincles going back to school, we got a back to school bash coming up on Saturday, August the 15th. Sorry, I'm already in October. Saturday, August the 15th, where it's over in Denver Harbor, the DH at the Denver Harbor Multi-Service Center. And we're going to have all kinds of little activities for the kids, getting the kids ready to go back to school. Fiesta de regreso a la escuela. And congratulations to all the kids that are back. All the moms and dads are like taking their kids to school because some of them went back to school this week. So maybe I know there's a lot of cheering going on, like a lot of.
I'm over here like my baby's not a baby anymore.
I don't know if you're crying or if you're crying or popping a bottle because they're gone. I don't know, but wherever
all of it,
all of it, right? And then also, if you're listening today, Tuesday or Wednesday, because this show repeats and repeats, but if tomorrow. If it's Wednesday for you, if it's Tuesday for you, tomorrow, Wednesday, August the 12th, I'll see you at Julep. We're going to be there, and it's a partnership between NHPO, Mariachi Festival. We're going to be coming together to celebrate, sell those tickets to make sure that we have a chance to go to the Wortham and experience the Mariachi Festival. All right, I think that's all I have. Liliana, is that it? Is that my last one? I see. Okay. All right. So this is Claudia Macias. Thank you for spending an hour with me and my guest. Keep connecting, keep growing, keep celebrating, and most importantly, keep showing up for one another. But in order to do that, make sure to take care of yourself first. All right. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a kiss. Mwah. Hasta la otra. Adios.
Bye, ladies. Bye, beautiful.
Bye-bye. As we wrap up today's show, thank you for spending this time with us. I hope today's conversation inspired you, encouraged you, or introduced you to a resource, story, or perspective that can make a positive impact in your life. Remember, growth happens one conversation, one connection, and one step at a time. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep supporting one another, and keep showing up as the incredible, authentic person you were created to be. I'm Claudia Macias, and this has been the Claudia Macias Show and Podcast on admirable.radio.com. Take care, stay inspired, and I'll see you next time. Adios.